Hello everyone, welcome to Chitra Nakshatra, the 14th in my Vedic Nakshatra series, found between 2320 of Virgo and 640 of Sidereal Libra. Let's learn all the secrets of this nakshatra, but also about the Vedic nakshatras themselves. What are they, and why should you know about them in your chart? If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. If the video is good, of course, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's begin. First of all, everyone, what exactly are the nakshatras? Why are they so important in astrology, and when and where do we use them? Put simply, the nakshatras are the night sky, or the stars in the night sky, the constellations we see in our galaxy. They're actually linking us to the higher lokas and bringing our karmas down in a mystical way through the nakshatra into the rasi, into our life. Parashara has written, God has decorated the heavens with constellations like pearls on a dark steed. The light of the sun hides them in the day, and all knowledge of them is divined in the darkness of the night. The word nakshatra actually means protecting the night from destruction. What is being protected from destruction? Our minds. Because these nakshatras are moon ruled. Because the moon is the lord of the night sky, and only in the night sky do we see these constellations. In the same way, sun is the lord of the daytime, lord of the day, and he rules the sun signs, of course, the rasis or zodiac signs. And both the moon and the sun are working together in this way. Nakshatra and rasi, zodiac signs, working together, we have real astrology. Don't forget, the stars are the basis of astrology. The rasis or zodiac signs come from the nakshatras, not the other way around. In fact, they can never be separated. Nakshatra must always fit in with the rasi exactly. With the sidereal zodiac, this is always happening. If they are in any way separated, true prediction, true astrology is not possible. Let me illustrate this for you. Here's an illustration, everybody. Kara Pandit Sanjay Rath of the 27 nakshatra scheme. It shows us perfectly how they map mathematically together with the rasis. On the outside are the 27 nakshatras, and every pada mathematically and perfectly linked with the sidereal zodiac on the inside. And more importantly, there are actually 3 portions to the nakshatra scheme. Can you see 3 equal divisions that are occurring at each Gandanta break? Gandanta is where water sign meets fire sign. Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries in the sidereal zodiac. And these Gandanta dangerous crossings, danger points, switch points, affect all of our karmas. And this break, this threefold division of this nakshatra mandala is very important because it is relevant to our lives. First is the early childhood and adulthood portion of our lives. Second section is our middle adulthood. And third, late or old age. And you map these in your own chart, starting with your birth nakshatra, the moon nakshatra. More than that, you can even make exact predictions of every single nakshatra and meaning in your life from your Janma nakshatra. So many predictions can be made. I will definitely make some future videos bringing these up for you. Right now, let's start with the basics. Let's understand the 27 nakshatras in this series, and most importantly, the ones that you should be looking out for in your birth chart. So which nakshatras matter in your chart? Well, I've just shown you every single nakshatra, whether a planet is there or not can be used to make predictions. But definitely wherever there are grahas, including Rahu Ketu, those nakshatras are important for you. But still, let's cut it down to the bare basics, everybody. I would say there are 4 important positions in regard to nakshatra that you definitely need to study and to understand. First and foremost is the moon or Janma. Janma means birth nakshatra. This is most important. Now, the moon is the mother, and the moon Janma nakshatra actually relates us genetically to our mother's biological line. Some of that psychological and biological karma coming down is actually shown in this nakshatra. And secondly, moon is society. So moon Janma Nakshatra shows us how we get on with other people, how we move in society. So much of our outer experiences in life can be seen from this Janma Nakshatra. And many fundamental personality traits can be seen from the moon Janma Nakshatra, definitely. Not from the Lagna so much, not from ascendant, ruler, ascendant, all of that. No, it's the moon, it's the mind, it's the Janma Nakshatra. Don't forget, personality changes all the time. As you get older, you'll see it clearly. Personality develops through life, changes just like the moon. So study your Lagna or Ascendant Nakshatra. This will show you how you integrate yourself with society as a physical body. What do you look like? How do you dress yourself? How do you present yourself to other people as a physical being? And how intelligent are you? Or more importantly, actually, what do you do with your intelligence? How do you make decisions? And very important, do not delegate understanding of the sun, of Surya or Ravi Nakshatra. This is so important. How do you maintain vitality? So much to do with health, actually. Lagna and Nakshatra, some way to do with health, but sun very much so. And how do you maintain dharmic action, righteous action, and spiritual development also linked with this sun nakshatra? And definitely understand your Atmakarika Nakshatra. This is so important. Atmakarika means the highest degree planet in your chart. This contains a whole heap of karma that will bring very difficult circumstances into your life. Lord of this Nakshatra, Lord of this Atmakarika Nakshatra will help you actually to deal with these karmas. Important to understand, most definitely. By the way, if you're not sure what is your highest degree planet, check at the bottom of my description box. There's a website there where you can bring up your birth chart with the Atmakarika listed, and indeed all of the nakshatras in your chart. Chitra Nakshatra then. The lord of this nakshatra is Mangala, Mars, and the symbol is the beautiful pearl. The deity is Tavashta, who is known also as a celestial architect. The color is black, purpose is kama, material enjoyment, direction west, and the body part is the neck. The symbol for this nakshatra, everybody, of course, you know, is the pearl, but it's the shining jewel. It's the purity coming from the impure situation. There is a desire for perfection, for something which is shining and pure. But here's the thing about this nakshatra. The pearl comes slowly over time. These people have to learn patience, have to learn persistence, that's for sure. And this constellation, Chitra Nakshatra, falls where the star Spica is, this single constellation shining incredibly brightly. And this is what Chitra is about, shining like a star. Incredible charisma, incredible presence can be there when this nakshatra is strong in your horoscope. But the deity is Tavasta, the creator of forms, the architect of this universe. It isn't just about creating buildings, it's about creating everything which has form and shape. And this is the power behind Chitra Nakshatra, to give form to things, to give shape to things, to create things which seem solid and real. But on a deeper level, Tavasta is actually also called, by the way, Vishvakarma, is the architect of Maya, the creator of the illusion that things are solid, lasting. We see everything turning to dust in front of us, and yet it seems to be real. This whole material manifestation is an illusion. And you see, this is some of the deeper factors behind Chitra Nakshatra, shining like a star, yes. But what is behind it all? We will come back to this during the video. Another aspect is that the actual lord of this nakshatra is Mangala. Mars is behind the energy of Chitra. Don't forget, Mars is son of Bhumi, Mother Earth. So he is very much connected to solidity, buildings, and the land itself. So Chitra people want to make something lasting, something real, something solid in their life. It's really important. And Mangala gives tremendous fortitude, strength, energy, and determination, actually, to these people. They are fighters behind all of that shining charisma. They will fight for what they want. However, it's not smooth sailing because this nakshatra falls between Virgo, Libra equally. Virgo half is ruled by Mercury, of course. Mercury and Mangala are not harmonious. Libra half, ruled by Shukra, Venus, and Venus and Mars are not harmonious either. And although they look as though they've got everything perfectly together, Chitra people inside can be highly irritated. They may hide it, but they can feel this irritating emotion. How's it happening? Because just like that pearl, the pearl forms over a long period of time because what is inside the oyster gets irritated by a little bit of sand or maybe by the moisture. So something is irritating inside and this beautiful result. They often have to go through quite a lot of mixed emotions, challenges in life. But the funny thing is, the more things become challenging for this nakshatra, just remember this, the more creative they become. How fantastic is that? Boy, are they creative. One of the most creative, dynamic, artistic nakshatras there are. Because the word Chitra means beautiful illusion, beautiful painting, beautiful representation. Don't forget divine architect. Devasta is the actual architect of the illusion. So these people begin to question things. It can start early in life, later in life, of course, depending who they are, what their chart represents about philosophical study. But there will be questioning. There will be, what is meaningful in my life? What is it all for? And this happens very privately. It's something that people don't see about them. But there is this intense desire to find truth in life very often in this nakshatra. But once again, courage of Mangala's energy shown in the actual animal symbol, which is the female tiger. They can be ruthless a little bit. They will certainly be fierce. When they want what they want, they will focus on it. They can be hunters in life, not literally, but actually going for what they want with enormous determination. When it comes to their careers, or even what they do for a hobby, there's no doubt they like to design, they like to create form. So architecture, definitely working with construction industry, buildings, in some way comes into the experience of these people. They are interested in design, all sorts of design, artistic design, sculpture, pottery, all of these things. Very, very talented here. But definitely they are interested in interior design, home decoration, home beautification, all of these things. They like to see a physical result of their creativity, something they can touch and hold, something that they can say, I created this, here it is, standing right there. This is how they think about creativity. Clothing, garments, fashion industry, fashion designer, model, all of these things interest them because appearances matter. How things look is so important to this nakshatra. What attracts them is color in the world and of course color in their clothes. Chitra people can look very well with bright garments standing out a little bit, and they like this, changing different color schemes, all of this. One of the things is that their color is actually black. But of course, black is not a color. It's the background to all of the other colors, against which they become more dynamic, more beautiful. So funnily enough, I've seen strong Chitra people don't even like to wear dark clothes, black clothes so much. They like colourful designs. But of course, let me know below if you've got Saturn here. Well, that would be interesting. But whatever the clothes, Chitra people love jewelry, love the solidity and the touch of jewels, or badges, bracelets, all sorts of attractive factors such as this. They can create jewelry. They can get really good success in this sort of industry, most definitely. Chitra people, as I say, have a charismatic presence. They are people who just stop the crowd. When you see them, all eyes turn to them. They have a very pleasant demeanor, smiling, charismatic, as I say, drawing people to them. Chitra people have very, very attractive eyes because vision, what they see is their world. These people are visually orientated. They can learn well when they see things set out visually before them. You must have heard of visual learners, auditory learners. Well, these people tend to be visual learners, stimulating them with pictures, pictorial diagrams, all of these things they can do so well. Students take note. What's the downside? It's the perfectionism. It's the precision, just like the celestial architect chipping away at the stone, trying to get everything perfect, trying to perfect it, trying to get everything shining, looking so good. This can cause stress. This is a stressful factor. Chitra people can stress themselves out with this need for everything to be perfect. Sometimes, of course, the whole chart has to be seen, but this is one of the factors. And if there is affliction to any Chitra position planet, this can turn inward. Nothing's ever good enough. Nothing's ever right. They are fighting, stressing, irritating themselves, trying to get things to work. But don't forget what I said in the beginning of the video. Do you remember I said when they go through these very anxious, depressing, even stressful times, they can become obsessive compulsive. Something is being created. Something good is coming out of the stress. Sometimes they can only create something, funnily enough, when they are stressed. This can be seen. Mongla is a competitor. Mongla fights, and that's the thing. Chitra people don't like to fight so much, but they can get into competitive, difficult, tense situations, and these are once again stressful for them. They've got to watch for this, particularly with superiors, government, this sort of thing. Here's something special. Chitra people like secrets. They love to have secrets. Do they always keep them? Well, that depends on the strength of Mars in the chart. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. The thing is, they love secret information. What's going on? Because Chitra Nakshatra is associated with Chitra Gupta. Chitra Gupta keeps all of the records of every being's deeds. Can you imagine? Since the beginning of creation, multiple creations, multiple universes, everything. Can you imagine this? There is a record of every deed, good and bad. So they may like secrets, but sometimes holding too much inside, having too much stress, having too much anxiety can be dangerous for these people. They need to be able to be open, confiding. They need to put less stress on others and less stress on themselves. So for sure, Chitra people are dynamic, charismatic, effulgent even, all of that. But you see, when ego takes delight in it too much, in this shining factor, attention coming to them, etc., that's when things can become difficult. That's when the celestial architect himself will begin to chip away at the ego. So self-doubt comes in, difficulty comes, and this is not to be desired. What's the way out? A service attitude. So you are a guiding light to others, giving something back, so that all of that brilliance, effulgence, is giving something back to society. That's the way forward. And this is where Chitra can become real contributors to society. If the Lagna or ascendant is placed in Chitra Nakshatra, what creative talent, what motivation, what ability to use all of your faculties, all of your intelligence to get ahead in life. It's quite favourable mostly. But Mangala must be supporting this ascendant, should be a strong placement of Mars. Why? Because this ascendant, of course, ascendant is about decisions. Can you make decisions if everything has to be perfect, Virgo half? Can you make decisions if you're full of doubt, going this way, that way, Libra half? Mangala strong definitely helps this to happen constructively. When the moon is in Chitra, you can't shine unless you are in society. Moon is society, other people. Family life is dynamic, important to you, and you shine within your family circle, definitely. You're a very sociable person. Being out among other people brings out so many favorable factors in your life. Meeting others, being with others, opportunities come. Opportunities come from other people coming to you. This is very, very clear when you have moon in Chitra Nakshatra. But tendency is to spread yourself thin, take on so many things, do too much, overload yourself, then the emotional stress comes. You've got to watch out for that as well. But it's not all socializing, party going. You know, these Chitra Nakshatra moon people have a very serious side. They can be very studious, love to study, love to learn, want to find out even about the mysteries of life, want to dig deep into what is real. This is the deep thing. Very often they can become very philosophical indeed. When the sun is in Chitra, don't forget, sun is fire planet. Mangala, Lord here, is fire planet. So this is like a double fire influence. You can be full of enthusiasm, so much even deep wisdom is there. But the thing is, you can burn yourself out quickly. You need to be focused and definitely systematic. Sun is systematic energy to get success. There can be self-doubt, self-criticism coming up time to time. Many ups and downs in life can be there, changes of direction, all of this. Periods when you just can't get it together at all can be there. Don't forget, sun in the Libra half is in the opposite sign to sun's exaltation Aries. But don't forget, the sun represents the soul, but also ego. And it's the ego that gets chipped away at in this Chitra Nakshatra. I've just spoken how that happens. So this can lead to self-doubt, difficulty, going up and down in life, lacking direction. But the older that you get, that pearl is forming slowly over time. You get more self-belief and success comes with time. When the highest degree planet, any planet at all, Atmakarika should be here, there's a special message because Atmakarika is the soul purpose. So your soul purpose is to shine like a pearl, like a shining jewel. How beautiful is that? But who you shining for? For yourself or for others? That's the key to it all. Atmakarika is a debt, overburden of karmas to pay back. You pay it back here by giving light to others, giving confidence to them so that they can shine, they can find belief in themselves. That's very central when you have Chitra Nakshatra Atmakarika. And so Chitra Atmakarika people go through many stresses, many difficult situations in life, many challenges until they finally realize this. But that's a message for all Chitra Nakshatra people. Wisdom comes in time. Pearl forms slowly in the oyster. All of those stressful, difficult, challenging situations, wisdom grows continually. And then you need to give it out to others. That's the purpose. Hope the video was instructive to you. Look forward to your comments. Don't forget to sub below if you're new. Goodbye for now and God bless everyone.